those who already got it are...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the most part, I really felt like they were just locked in and really aggressive.
Well, we know those guys can score, but that night, it was the execution, the ability to finish plays. It was next level.
About halfway through the season, Smitty, at this point, how much can teams really improve?
I think if you have younger guys, you start to see those guys develop. Then also, if you have a lot of new guys, you see the chemistry start to form. And then a lot of times you can improve when you have guys coming back from injuries. A lot goes into a season. It's a roller coaster kind of effect, but it's good when you start to see teams put it together at the halfway point.
All about managing time, managing games, and injuries.
You're so true.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Here are the Spurs with the ball. White with it, now defended by Adams. White against Adams. Outside, White. Just 5 on the clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Forbes can't get it to go. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down low. Grant. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And White kicks to DeRozan. Over George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. David?
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. He said if they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And San Antonio has possession following the score by Oklahoma City. Pass to Forbes. This one for 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Outside, George. Shot clock reset for Oklahoma City. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. The Thunder shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And that one misses.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already, a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against New Orleans.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, San Antonio, 2 games back.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
They've been one of the great stories in the league this year. No doubt about it. Fans all over the league have gotten behind these guys.
And he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Westbrook finds Grant. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Down low. And the dunk by Grant.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
Now here's DeRozan. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Bounce pass from Westbrook. Over White. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
With a break in the action, let's bring up the real stats, real scores from the real NBA and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. Second is Paul George.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Now here's DeRozan. Aldridge kicks to White. Knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Gay. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's putting up about 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And I'm not sure he can play any better than he has. I mean, surprising a lot of people with this play here of late.
Therein lies the question. Has he reached a new level in his game, or is this just a hot streak that'll eventually cool down? We'll see.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Celtics in Boston. DeRozan against Westbrook. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for DeRozan. 15th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball play. And White kicks to Forbes. Gay outside. The pass to DeRozan. Over George. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist from Gay. DeRozan's got his second basket of the night.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Adams down low. Aldridge is covering. Adams, the pass to Ferguson. George looking over the floor. From outside, off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
We see the value of increasing your range. DeRozan can find more space inside now because of it.
Here's George following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Here's Adams. Back to Grant. Westbrook against White, and the turnover again by Oklahoma City. And Smitty, it's amazing since Popovich took over the Spurs, they've missed the playoffs only once, only one time under his tenure.
Yeah, in his first season, they won only 20 games, but then the big consolation prize, they got the #1 overall pick, which became, guess who? Tim Duncan.
DeRozan against George. Over George, and the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Pass to Westbrook, beyond the arc. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. White the pass to DeRozan. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
DeRozan has such good body control that it's very difficult to disrupt his shot with contact.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Smitty, walk us through what a typical NBA practice should look like and does look like.
Well, I think you come out, Kevin, first of all, there's been a lot of times on making sure your body is ready to go into practice. And a lot of coaches love to start with offense first, and you can end with defense. And so that's where the intensity starts to pick up. And then last, you usually ends with some kind of shooting. So I think that obviously a lot of teams have different ways, but that's usually particular. You start with offense, you end with defense, and then you go into some individual work, and that's probably shooting.
Mills, who's checked in for White. Shot from the inbound. And Adams kicks to Grant. Outside, George. Grant up top. He's covered by Gay. From deep, George. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's DeRozan missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Westbrook passes to Ferguson. Back to Westbrook. To end the cold streak. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here is Forbes. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. DeRozan's shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Here's Ferguson. 11 points last game. Feeds it to DeRozan. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Adams goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Adams has got his second basket of the night. And Mills kicks to DeRozan, buried from 15 feet out.
He has flat out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will, yet they still find themselves behind.
Pass to Adams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Outside, George tries from 16, and he can't bank that one in.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And you watch Rudy Gay. When he's in rhythm, he can still help you out. Good athlete, good jump shooter. Not an easy matchup for opponents.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Smitty discussing Gay, he seems better now at getting his points within the flow of that offense.
Experience gives you poise. It gives you a bigger view of the game. Gay's able to stay patient now and pick his spots.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Lets it go from the wing. Forbes with the rebound.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Gay dishes to Mills. Gay kicks to Forbes. DeRozan on the wing. And finished off by DeRozan.
When DeRozan senses he's on a roll, he becomes hyper-aggressive.
Passes it to Ferguson. Back to Westbrook. Over Mills. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's 6 points for Russell Westbrook. DeRozan on the wing. Inside, here's Aldridge. Gay trying to break free. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. To the middle. Here's George. And no good. Nice D from DeRozan.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
Gay finds Aldridge. Now Mills. Adams defending. The pass to DeRozan. Over George. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. DeRozan's got 14 points for the game.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Adams. A second chance effort. And it's good on the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Mills kicks to Gay. Pass to Aldridge. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Westbrook, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. "17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 4. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by George. And now a 6-point Thunder lead.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Mills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Bertans in at the 4. That's the San Antonio 5. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic.
Take a break.
Guys,
take a break.
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks. And he knocks down the first one.
You look at the way DeRozan has improved since entering the league. Vastly different player. Came in mostly as a driver and a dunker. Has become a complete shooting guard, and he's a fantastic leader on the offensive end as well.
And so he makes both from the line. Steve, with DeRozan, you can see the changes and improvements in his game year to year.
Yes, his passing is the most recent skill that he worked on. His rebounding and defense also have seen significant improvement over his career. He's one of the top shooting guards in this league.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Steve, we talk a lot about team defense, but who in your mind are some of the best on-ball defenders in the game now?
Kawhi Leonard is fantastic. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Draymond Green does a nice job. Even Klay Thompson, he's asked to guard a whole bunch of different guys. The list goes on and on of guys being able to slide their feet without fouling. It's beautiful to watch.
And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. From the wing, that one good for 2.
Nice conversion off the pick and roll. Patty with the right read takes it himself.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. It's George on the wing. Back to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Westbrook double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And San Antonio has possession. San Antonio trailing here. That's tipped. Pass to Bertans. He kicks it to Mills. The 3 nailed from three-point land. Mills has got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. A man who's making a living out of stretching the floor, being in the right position. Certainly that's Patty Mills, Steve.
He's played with the best. He's learned from the best. Over time, he's become a better facilitator. But his bread and butter is that jump shot.
Looking at some numbers here for Paul George. First in steals. And don't forget, top 5 in the league in points per game. He's a premier offensive threat night in and night out.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. And here are the Spurs. It's been 10 unanswered points. DeRozan's shot is good. Now it's a 4-point San Antonio lead.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Birtle, the pass to DeRozan. Westbrook against Bellinelli. To the right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mills. The Spurs with a new 24. Bertans kicks to Bellinelli. Three-pointer. Bertans can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Westbrook double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here now the Thunder. Grant dishes to Schroeder. Westbrook passes to Grant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
And he can't get the first one.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
Derek White's checked in for San Antonio. And he's good on the second. And Smitty, if you had to boil it down to a single play in your career, what was your biggest moment?
Kevin, I'm glad you asked that question. I can also get it out there to everybody in the basketball universe. Game 7, Western Conference Final. Shaq fouled me, and they did not call the foul. Shaq fouled me, Kevin. That play still haunts me. I'm still mad.
Really? After all these years?
Yes. And he still lets me know that he didn't foul me, but we got to run the tape. He fouled me.
Right. Shot clock at 3 from downtown. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Schroeder finds Westbrook. Back to Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Dennis Schroeder is a player who's at his best going to the rim. Very athletic, can twist and contort his way to the paint. Good length with his frame to get shots up quickly.
No good on that one. Steve, with Schroeder, he is fearless when attacking the rim or attacking any defender.
And sometimes players who are that aggressive don't take care of the ball. That used to be the case with him, but he's worked on it. He's made a point to improve his turnover rate.
And it's tied up with that one.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
White against Schroeder. Outside, White to the inside. It's stolen by Schroeder. kicks it to Grant. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Second, the Thunder.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Outside, White passes to Bellinelli. Buries it from three-point range. Bellinelli's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The defense disrespecting his range. He goes ahead and buries it.
Westbrook passes to Schroeder, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. Now to see the numbers for Russell Westbrook. Right around 21 points per, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instinct. You see teams trying to keep a body or two on him, but that's easier said than done.
Now here's Bellinelli. A 17-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. 5 to shoot. Over in the corner, Bertans misses the 3. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. San Antonio's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. White against Schroeder. Outside, White. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Grant. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. That puts them in the lead. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
The pass to Bellinelli. Pass to DeRozan. And the layup's good off the glass. DeRozan's got 23 points. Oklahoma City trailing. Schroeder outside. Shoots from the elbow. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Nice recognition by Schroeder. Loving the mid-range. Just taking what the defense allows.
White against Schroeder. Outside, White. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Grant, and Grant sends it back.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And that one's good, George.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
White the pass to Bertans. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And the 3 off target.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Those and dishes to White. Pass to Bellinelli. 5 on the clock. There's the three. Here's Pirtle. And Adams sends it back. The feed to Schroeder. The shot that time, not on target. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And White kicks to Bertans. Passes to DeRozan. Let's go. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-5 run. Outside Westbrook. Offline with his three. Spurs trail by 4. White the pass to Pirtle. He dishes it to DeRozan. Bellinelli against Westbrook. And Bellinelli kicks to Bertans. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Bertans got his first 2 points. The Thunder have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Outside, George. Here's the three. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Schroeder. And that's 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Feeds it to DeRozan. Tries from 10. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Thunder leading by 5. Puts it up from 12. Westbrook can't get it to go. San Antonio's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Now the pass to Bellinelli. Outside DeRozan. Over George. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 25 points.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Now, here is George. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down. He averages nearly 28 points a game.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Aldridge against Noel. Gay left side. Pass to Forbes from deep three-point range. They grab their own miss. Aldridge kicks to Forbes. Pass to Mills. Shoots over Schroeder. Mills can't hit. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
Shaq, Let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And every team needs this, a guy who challenges the defense with that slashing ability.
You know what? So many teams focus on the perimeter and alley-oops. It's important to have someone who can work that in-between area.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in the small forward position.
Well-timed play with a powerful ending. DeMar DeRozan, he went got that one.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Grant. Passes it to Ferguson. No good with the triple. DeRozan finds Gay. Lays it up and banks it in.
The arms of Gay go on forever, which is what makes him a big-time threat to score inside.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Westbrook passes to George. Over to the left wing. Grant drills the three-pointer. Grant's got 8 points. Spurs trail by 5. Outside, White. He kicks it to Forbes. The pass to DeRozan. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Grant the pass to Westbrook. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound.
You know, coming out of the half, you want to set the tone for the rest of the game. But going 1 for 4 is the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Westbrook following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Aldridge with some nice D.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to DeRozan. Adams against Aldridge. And Forbes kicks to Gay over Westbrook. And that one's good by Gay. And now just a 1-point Thunder lead.
High percentage look from mid-range. Rudy quick into the air and accurate from that distance.
Pass to Grant. Out to the wing. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. The tray. The offensive rebound. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on DeRozan. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Good on the second free throw. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Here's Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
but it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. From 13 feet, it goes down. And now a 6-point Oklahoma City lead. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding one guards of the last 10 games. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And as you can see by his spot on that list, guys, very few point guards in the league can rebound like he can. I mean, he has a knack for always being in the right place when the shot goes out.
I love point guards who are not afraid to mix it up in the paint and get on the glass.
Now, here's DeRozan. He has 29.
Oh, you can tell he's frustrated to get that good of a look from 3, and he didn't make it.
George finds Grant. Over White. That one wide left.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Forbes the pass to White. DeRozan with it. Poked loose. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. DeRozan gets the bucket.
This is what DeRozan gives you, the ability to make tough shots in traffic, mainly because of his great athleticism.
And George kicks to Ferguson. Back to George. Passes it to Westbrook. Outside, George. Clock at 6. From 13, and again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 4-point game. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Steven Adams picks one up.
I love the body control to take the hit, still convert. Aldridge now going to the line for one more.
And the Spurs making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. That's good from Aldridge.
A 5-star recruit out of high school, Aldridge reportedly asked Shaq for advice about jumping to the NBA. Shaq told him to go to college. A couple years later, Aldridge is drafted the number 2 pick overall.
Here's Abrinas. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Adams, the pass to Abrinas. Fires the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
And checking out the stats for Aldridge, the last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 10th in rebounding, 14th in scoring, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Shot clock at 5.
A good defensive position by Aldridge. Veteran play. He really affected that shot.
Gay kicks to Cunningham. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gay passes to Cunningham. Outside, White. Down low, Forbes. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And regarding Aldridge, given his success at Texas, sounds like Shaq was right.
Aldridge just needed to develop strength, polish his skills. Hard to say where he would have been drafted right out of high school, but after 2 years of college, he went second. Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Gay kicks to White. Cunningham dishes it to White. And it's Cunningham, top of the key. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
That's outstanding decision-making there to change his shot and find an open teammate for an easy basket.
Right wing. Back to Abrinas. To the middle. And stolen by Aldridge. Gay against George. Gay can't hit.
Woo, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Abrinas the pass to George. Fires from the line, and he hits the jumper for 2. George has got 12.
It sometimes takes more than one defender to help alter the shot when he's that close inside.
Now the pass to Forbes. Felton against White. It's stolen by Adams. Felton kicks to George. Over Cunningham. With the second effort, they get a hand on it.
Attack mode right there. He plays bigger than his size.
And the call will be against Alex Abrinas. That's his first foul. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Then for the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. And it's Patterson in for Grant. Cunningham kicks to Aldridge. Mills with it. Now Felton defending. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Abrinas. He can't get it to go. Aldridge with some nice D. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Felton. Pass to Mills. Pass to Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. A nice shot by Aldridge. He's got 5.
Almost automatic from there. Aldridge using his length to full advantage inside.
Now here's Felton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Nobody near George. And that one hits back iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Gay against George. Gay kicks to Mills. Here is Forbes. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Gay, that's good.
This is the confidence Rudy has in himself, looking to score as soon as he gets the rock.
Now here's Felton. George, that's a 2-pointer. It's Cunningham with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Forbes kicks to Mills. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Gay can't get it to go. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Felton. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 6 assists here tonight.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Here is Cunningham. Kicks it to Aldridge. Over Noel. And another basket for San Antonio. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Now, here's George. 12 points for him. Noel finds George. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
picked his pocket. Now Felton. Dishes to Patterson. Pass to Abrinas. Here is Felton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Abrinas. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Felton. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. And there it is for him. And it's a 3-point Spurs lead. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Spurs ending the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for San Antonio, DeRozan out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. Now, here's DeRozan. No good with the wing jumper. Westbrook scanning the floor. Inside, and slam dunk by Noel.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Mills passes to Gay. And Forbes kicks to Pirtle. Over Noel. The pass to Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Oklahoma City trailing to the paint. And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist here tonight. The Spurs have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Pass to DeRozan. Over George. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 33 points.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Westbrook with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight. Finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
That's good from Westbrook. Ferguson's checked in for Paul George. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
Here's Ferguson following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Count that bucket. Westbrook's got it all tied up now for Oklahoma City.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
I'm so surprised in a game this close. I know it's easy to criticize, but the defense has to be better in the fourth.
Here is Forbes. It's tipped. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Westbrook. From deep. San Antonio with the rebound. Gay's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs? That's the real question.
Here's Mills following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Here's DeRozan, once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook kicks to Diallo. Back to Westbrook. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Westbrook's got 9 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Passes it to Purtle. Now the dish to Gay. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Derek White's checked in for Patty Mills. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams comes in for Noel. And it's Grant in for Patrick Patterson. And Rudy Gay, Greg, has always been a fantastic scorer since he came into the NBA.
And Gay doesn't do as much scoring as he once did, but he has become more efficient. Doesn't have plays ran for him, gets looks through his instinct. And as he's gotten older, Gay has become even more crafty with how he scores.
Now, here's Grant. Offensive rebound. And Adams with the slam. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position. Really smoking the nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Grant outside. To the wing right side. Outside Westbrook. Over to the left wing. Elbow shot. That shot misses. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Gay dishes to White. Gay kicks to Forbes. The pass to DeRozan. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Knocks it loose. And stolen by White. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Gets an open look and hits. DeRozan's got 37.
The aggressive mindset of DeRozan. Catches and shoots without hesitation.
Ferguson, the pass to Westbrook. Shoots over White, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 28 points for Russell Westbrook. The Spurs have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. White against Westbrook, and White kicks to DeRozan. 16 feet away, he squares up and sinks it. DeRozan's got 39.
DeMar DeRozan's bread and butter. He has a great feel from the mid-range.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, last season, DeMar DeRozan, one of the handful of NBA players, Steve, who bravely spoke out about mental health and how it impacts them personally.
Yeah, had a great column in which he talked about his depression and anxiety. Never easy for a star athlete or anyone to be so frank about that kind of subject. It takes a lot of courage to do that, and DeRozan was rightfully applauded for his honesty.
present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And the Thunder making a change here. George is checked in and keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. We'll see if they keep it up, Kevin.
Got that bucket in no time at all. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's DeRozan. Over George. And it's DeRozan missing. White against Westbrook. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Stolen by Gay. Outside, White. Here's the teardrop. And the layup is up and in. And the Spurs lead by 1. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Westbrook. Here's Adams. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
Here is Forbes. Just 5 on the clock. Here's DeRozan. That one a little long. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. George against DeRozan. And George kicks to Ferguson. Here's Grant. Some solid defense from Gay. San Antonio trailing here. Here's DeRozan. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Aldridge, the pass to Forbes. Back to Aldridge. Over Adams. Off the left rim and out. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Plenty of daylight on that shot. 17 points for Paul George.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Outside, White. He kicks it to DeRozan. Spurs passing it around. 5 to shoot. San Antonio again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Pass to Grant. It's George on the wing. Puts it up from 12. Kept alive. Some solid defense from Aldridge. And San Antonio shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. He tries for 3. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Hits the 3-point bomb.
That's a big bucket. Rudy knows this team needs his offense, and he wants to provide it.
Oklahoma City's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Ferguson. To the inside. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. It's tipped. And now the fast break. George with the ball. With the shot. Oklahoma City gets it back. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
The length and anticipation of Aldridge. A tough combo to score against.
Back to DeRozan. White against Westbrook. Good!
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Passes it to DeRozan. Over George. And that one is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. To the middle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on DeRozan.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 8. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Aldridge, the pass to White. Out to DeRozan. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the pass to Aldridge. Here's Forbes. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
Outside Westbrook. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.